everyone, Kat here, your favorite ginger bibliophile. And we've got another wrap up for you. There might be some rants here later, but we're gonna do the usual. We're starting with the actual physical books off the TBR, and then we'll get into all the stuff that I read on Kindle and my trusty Hogwarts novel or journal. Ha, I know words. I read enough to know words. Can I say them? That is a whole other story that neither one of us know until I manage it. So it was 11 books, 5 off the TBR from various genres, and some for, Garb August. So let's just get on into it, shall we? And, well, this isn't the order I read them in, but we'll start with our Garb August pick, Planet of the Damned by Harry Harrison. This is a 60s sci-fi that is... It starts off sounding super spicy, and yeah, I had fun with that Garb August video for this. But it wasn't as horrible as it seems, but it also wasn't as good as the planet and that, or the title and the picture imply. This was, yeah, there has been an intergalactic war. Some planets are not doing so well anymore, and our, Olympian worldwide champion of his planet gets kidnapped to go save, he gets coerced into going and helping save another planet that's about to die. Because, even on other planets, humanoid things suck. So this was a quick, easy read. I mean, it's very big print. Think, Hitchhiker's Guide, but not as funny. Just very weird. And then, because it's August, which is almost September, which is Halloween Eve, I had my zombie-filled urban fantasy with our theme of headless, sex kitten chick. Though she looks more badass in this one. Some of them are a little bit more, it's my fighting suit, but it's always black leather, and, usually it's just like a leather bra for a top. Gotta be kind of hot. But we have, obviously, zombies. We have a night tracker. She is apparently half drow, which makes me think of, Neverwinter, which is a D&D based game. So she's half dark elf and half human, and hunts other, paranormal monsters that are misbehaving in New York. And we have lots of paranormals. One of my favorite parts is in the beginning, there's a lot of different, kinds of paranormal things. And this isn't just what it is, it's kind of like her thoughts and her being snarky about them. Where's my favorite one? Dragons. You think fire is hot. And oh, where's my favorite one? She has a, line in here. Seraphim, not your average angels. Ogres. Kermit's not the only one who's green and eats flies. So yeah, it's just kind of her being snarky about all the different types. But we got a lot of sass, a lot of action. This one was really good. And if y'all know me, you should not be surprised by this next one. James Rollins, Archangel. And if y'all heard that that's Noah, my Chaos Gremlin bookworm, y'all need to go check him out. But I could turn down a James Rollins Sigma Force novel. This is where to say I love this book, but as far as this series goes, this might have been my least favorite. Mostly because I had trouble with all the shifting groups and the locations and pronouncing everything. And if I can't pronounce it, I get it jumbled. And as you might kind of be able to tell from the cover, we got a lot of Russian going on in here. So the way my brain works, I struggle with it, which made me not enjoy it as much. But the overall story was... Basically, Sigma Force, if you don't know, is we have scientists with guns, aka former military that has been trained up to get their PhDs in various very intense programs of biomedical stuff and electrical engineering, and I forget what all they are, but a lot of really complex stuff, so they're all freaking geniuses, but they're also all ex-special forces with some attitude. And they've got to go, usually have about a week to save the world from some, billionaire bad guys who always lose, and it's just so satisfying. And we have my favorite character. We have Kowalski, who is the dumb muscle, but also a big old sweetheart, despite looking like a 6 foot, hairless gorilla with a broken nose. So, yep, this was it was a good time. We had some controversial stuff. Like, I know Adriana over at Carbon Bonded Books also did a vlog on this, and honestly how I found her was James Rollins. He doesn't get enough attention. And some of our thoughts agree, some of them, kind of disagree. Y'all need to go check her out. I will link her down below as well. But James Rollins, if you like archaeological action-packed thrillers and you like the billionaire not being able to save himself despite all the money and it just being poetic justice, y'all need to check this series out. And we have the second I finished this series. Woohoo! Is the start of the year I had here's 5 series I've started physically that I want to finish. This was one of them. I've only got one left. But it's like a young adult. It's kind of dystopian, like the world isn't totally ended, but we got some messed up crap going of there was, a ton of magic in the world, and there's 2 kinds. There's high magic and common magic. And high magic is pretty much all gone except for in this one little village where you have 7 families that every 20 years have this we fight to the death game of whoever wins their family controls the high magic. And so they're prepping their little children who are 16, 17 years old to murder everybody. So, yeah. It's depressing, angering, and kind of hopeful. It's a duology, so yeah. Think magical Hunger Games, but they're not killing for food. They're killing each other for magic. And the creeps running everything. Yay. We will happily murder our own children if they disobey us and don't help us be main powerful. So, it's messed up. But I did enjoy the ending of this. If that tells you anything. And then a rare murder mystery. J.D. Robb, Treachery and Death. This was a holdover from the end of August, or end of July. Finished it at the beginning of August. And it's a futuristic murder mystery. I don't know what else to say there. Because honestly, I've read 14 books since then. So I'm kind of blurring. This one was, let's see here. Oscar. Quit yelling at the neighbors. I guarantee you there's just somebody in their driveway. I think somebody made a little home weapon and they thought they were just gonna be, typical young punks and hold up the store and smack up the old couple for, some snacks. But their little home weapon didn't just, shock the old guy. It gave him a heart attack and killed him. So, oops, now we're up for murder. And then we have, the real part. The treachery, as in, the good guys, the cops, are also the bad guys. And, we know who's up to what very, very early on. We know who the bad guys are. It's a matter of how do we take down the bad guys on the inside. So, that was pretty good. So, those were our physical off my TBR books. And, I spilled my drink. But it's okay. We have a tablecloth that will not absorb it because it has a covering on it. And so, what else did we read? Y'all should not be surprised by some of these. There was Queen of the Underworld by Lauren Louise Hazel. Was the second in the Occult series. And this is basically there are we've got our paranormal folks and our humans, and the humans want to kill all the paranormals so they can take over, and they call themselves like the occult, which is really a weird name for, essentially, it's basically racism. We got, the humans, and then they hate everybody else. Like, we don't know anything about you, we just automatically hate you. So we got a nice little metaphor there. We hate the occult, so we're gonna call our, you know, kill them all group the occult. And we're dealing with the fallout of what happened in the last book. But let's say there is family drama, friendship drama, coming together, and betrayals, and almost romance. There is a lot of demons and fighting and fairies, and would I pay a bunch of money and read this in hardback? No. Will I get it off Kindle Unlimited? Gladly. And then, of course, I read another fairy tale by K.M. Shea. It was Swan Lake. Need I say more? But I will. I love her take on things of, we don't have the damsel in distress. Because even when she's in distress, she gets it together and becomes badass and, like, runs things. And I read these, like, all out of order. Like, I'm in the mood for this one, that one, whatever. And they can be read separately, but they kind of hint at things in other books. So, it was weird as, I think this was the second book in the series, but it mentioned stuff that happened in, like, the eighth book. Or maybe I have it backwards, but the timelines were mixed up, so you know that the author had already, like, planned out a lot of this stuff before she wrote them all. Like, not only are they slightly interconnected, you shouldn't know that this happened yet, because this doesn't happen until this book. And so that happened on a few things, but doesn't really spoil anything, because you kind of figure it's going to happen. It's just a matter of exactly how. But yeah, we have our cursed swans that are actually like a smuggling ring for, and it's just a good old time. Like, do not mess with these delicate, pretty swans, because they will mess your crap up. So it was a good time. And then I read Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes, which is basically Medusa. Once again, Medusa ain't the bad guy. Athena is freaking evil. Like, that goddess is like, she is not at all what Disney pretends that she is. Everybody else is. Yeah, you don't want to curse your fellow god, so you punish the chick that he assaulted. Yeah, y'all all suck. And Theseus is also a freaking prick, and we hate him. He is not the hero that they like to pretend he is just because he's a ripped dude. He's actually a murderous brat. And one of these books that I needed to make a rant video about, Cabinet of Dr. Lang by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. I was so freaking excited when I got this one off of Libby, because I have read a bunch of other books in this Pendergast series. And I loved them, except for like two where it became a very mundane murder mystery. When I started off, I found a brimstone in a thrift store for like a quarter, and I freaking loved it. Because it seems like it has this supernatural, kind of, oh, they're actually being killed by the devil, and really it's just some like niche science and some sleight of hand kind of magician stuff. Yeah, it was this dude doing this, and he got in and made it look like this when he offed this person in this really cool way. And then it became, somebody got shot by this serial killer. But this one, it's part of a little trilogy. And it's got mainly Constance, who I've never freaking liked her, because she is 150 something years old, born in the 1800s, got tinkered with by this Dr. Lang, who created the serum that keeps her looking like she's 20 something. So she's like, yep, I was raised by this rich, very intelligent guy, so I am smarter than everyone. Look down on, how dare you not be as smart as I am, because you're actually the age that I look, and you haven't had all the, spoiled opportunities that I have, so you're not good enough. She's a freaking brat, and she's obsessed with Pendergast. So, because he's the only one that's good enough for her, ancient intelligence. Because he's also not too far removed from her. Like, the guy that experimented on her is, like, his great uncle or something. So, not that far removed. He's also been tinkered with and is kind of old. But he's like, nope, I found you in the house that I took over when he died. You're my, helpless, stupid ward. So, I want to bang you, but, I can't because you're my ward and that'd be creepy. So, but also, how dare you not be with anyone else and leave? Like, I didn't give you permission to use this machine that isn't mine to go back in time and live a life without me. And so she thinks that she's gonna change the past and do all this stuff. And well, she's gonna die because she's not as smart as she thinks she is because I'm the smart one. And my uncle is going to kill her because he's way smarter and more devious than she is, even though she sucks. And I'm brokenhearted that she's not with me, even though I turned her down multiple times and she banged my brother and got knocked up a few books back because I turned her down, so she went for my brother and then had a kid and abandoned him somewhere with my brother. So yeah, she kind of sucks. It's like, wait, you had a chance with her. You turned her down, but now you're mad that she left. And you're mad that she used a machine that was not yours, that you didn't give her permission to use to leave you. First off, screw you, Pendergast. And then this is supposed to be a murder mystery. So we have a murder mystery that ties a couple of Pendergast buddies together. And I don't really understand the point of it. It's, oh, hey, this murder has to do with this murder. And so, hey, no, we can meet up because we're both friends with him. But we don't know each other except for because our murders are linked. And that's just a background for us to meet so that we can both be used by Pendergast to help him on his quest to tell Constance that she sucks without him. And then end on a freaking cliffhanger. Why the heck did we have a pair of murders that have nothing to do with the freaking book other than you could come up with some other way of, hey, I called my friend. Oh yeah, I called my other friend. Hey, y'all come meet me. Hey, wait, y'all are both my friend and I'm going to use you so that I can continue to control this chick who went over a century back to get away from me because I told her I didn't want her, but I want her. You lost your chance, and plus she sucks. And now we're going to end on a cliffhanger, and we haven't solved the murders after like 400 pages. I kind of want to fight both of these guys now. And then I read Bonesmith that I learned about from a fellow cat. Cat reads it. I will link her down below. She is just so perky and happy, and I love her videos. Y'all are missing out if you ain't checking her out either. And it's dark, it's atmospheric. We got all kinds of drama. We got a bunch of young folks that are playing against each other and getting screwed over by their families. But we have a bonesmith, which basically she means she has power over, bones and things. And they have a straight up forest where the trees are not trees. They are like skeleton bony bits, and it is dark and creepy. And then we go to an actual forest and there's all these ghosts and rivalries and drama, and there's this whole backstory of there was a big old war, and because one of these smiths started crap, because depending on like what you like, she's a bone smith. We also have ghost smiths and iron smiths, and I forget what else because it's mostly just iron smiths are better than everyone and they have their reapers, and the others are there to serve us. And we get a little bit of history, and it's a duology. I just finished Ghostsmith a couple days ago, and it was good. You have to be in a good mood for it because there is a lot of betrayal and a lot of drama, and it can put you in a bad freaking mood. But there's also a lot of attitude and a lot of action. And if you don't have the TV version of relationship with your family of, oh, we all just love each other so much, and no, this is sometimes that's my blood. But that don't mean nothing. Blood sucks. They just try to literally stab me in the back. So yeah, you ain't alone if you got some drama with the family. And it's just nice and creepy and atmospheric, and I freaking love it. And then I ended the month on a book that, I did do the rant video on this one. Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just link that video and you can decide for yourself. Cause yeah. I'm a vampire girl. I have loved vampires since I was like 13 years old, and Grandma accidentally let me read Interview with the Vampire. This book, Twilight, is a better love story and has more badass vampires than the one in this one. Yeah. So there's that. And that was my August. So we had some good, we had some it needs to freaking burn, and everything in between. Hopefully your month was better. Have you read any of these? Are you going to read or now avoid any of these? Drop a line, let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye. Happy reading.